A family annihilator, the chilling case of Ronald Gene Simmons. In the quiet rural stretches of Arkansas, nestled between Dover and Russellville, a holiday season turned to horror in 1987. Ronald Gene Simmons, a former military man with a chillingly methodical mind, orchestrated the deadliest mass murder in the state's history, a crime so brutal and incomprehensible that it continues to haunt true crime circles decades later. Between December 22nd and December 28th, Simmons murdered 16 people, including 14 members of his own family. Among them, his wife, children, grandchildren, and even a 7-year-old child he had fathered through incest with his daughter. The final two victims were former co-workers targeted in a cold-blooded shooting spree. Ronald Gene Simmons had relocated his family to a remote home in Dover, Arkansas in 1981 after fleeing allegations of sexual abuse in New Mexico. The property, dubbed Mockingbird Hill, was a fortress of seclusion, no phone, no plumbing, and surrounded by barbed wire and junked cars. Simmons exerted complete control over his household, and neighbors noted the family's eerie isolation. On December 22nd, 1987, Simmons began his rampage. First, he shot his wife, Rebecca, and then his eldest son, Gene Jr., then strangled and drowned his 3-year-old granddaughter. Over the next 2 days, as his children and their families arrived for Christmas, Simmons calmly unalived each one of them. He stored their bodies either in the backyard or in the house, wrapping some in plastic and stacking others in neat rows. Among the victims was Sheila, Simmons' daughter, whom he had impregnated during years of incestuous abuse. He unalived her, her husband, and their child, his own grandchild and son. After spending the holiday weekend living among the corpses, Simmons drove to nearby Russellville on December 28th, armed with a .22 caliber pistol and a vengeance list. He entered several workplaces where he had previously been employed or had grievances. He fatally shot Kathy Kendrick, a former co-worker who had rejected his advances. He then killed a man at a law firm, wounded others at an oil company and a convenience store, and ended the spree by calmly surrendering to police at a local office building. He offered no resistance. Simmons never showed remorse. During his trial, he insisted on representing himself, refused to appeal his death sentence, and even challenged the state to carry it out. In June 1990, the state of Arkansas granted his wish. Ronald Gene Simmons was executed by lethal injection at the Cummins unit, becoming one of the rare inmates to voluntarily accept execution. Ronald Gene Simmons left behind a legacy of carnage and an enduring question: what drives a man to annihilate his entire family? By the way, if you're having problems with your family, you can leave. You don't have to unalive these people. You can just go. Just go. Stick around for more. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.